Do you wake up in the morning with great expectations of what the day is going to be like and what's going to happen and what you're going to accomplish? And then the end of the day comes and you wonder, wait a minute, what happened? We're going to talk about overcoming distractions. That's today's topic on Coffee with Colleen. Let's get started. Maybe not. There we go. I struggle with distractions all the time. You probably do too. Every day, it seems like something happens that kind of lures us away from our work. It could be, binging a Netflix program that just dropped, or somebody sends an email, or you get a text message, or somebody sends a cute cat video and you end up on YouTube. And I don't know about you, whenever I end up on YouTube, there's always those recommended videos. And next thing I know, an hour has gone by and I've gotten nothing done, but I've seen a lot of really cute cat videos. So these are all these bunny trails that we find ourselves going down. But, they're skinny bunnies because once you catch them, there's no reward. They're not like big fat bunnies that you get something from, right? They're just little skinny bunnies that distract us and cause us to lose our focus. So any type of progress that we make in our life, whether it be in our business life, our personal life, our spiritual life, takes dedication, it takes persistence, and it takes focus. Squirrel. Right? Are you shiny things that you see, things that happen? We're so easily distracted. And with today's society, this is our number one distraction right here. We can access everybody, everything, any video, research, everything is right here. And instead of using this little thing as a distraction tool, we need to learn to use it as a tool to help us focus. And one of the ways of doing that is keeping it in the other room. But everybody has their enemy, whether they want to call it the devil or resistance or distraction or whatever it is. And we all turn to a different activity to compensate for that. But we're constantly, it's lurking in our background. And the thing is, it's just waiting for the moment to strike us, right? And to destroy whatever we've worked so hard to create. The thing is, we can stop it because it's just us. It's not really the outside influence, it's what we choose to do with it. So I'm going to give you 7 tips today on overcoming those distractions so that you can get some quality work done. You can do brilliant work. You can grow spiritually. You can grow your business. You can grow personally and really maintain a set of focus. So number 1 is to identify the problem. What is your distraction? What do you find is the thing or the activity or the person or the sound or whatever that happens that distracts you? Identify the problem. In psychology, that's what they always say, name it. Name it and claim it, right? Is it phone calls? Is it binging Netflix? What is it? What is it that you find you do that distracts you, or something that you turn to that when you have this big project that's looming and it's so overwhelming, then instead of taking a tiny bite of the elephant, you're like, Netflix just dropped my favorite show. I think I'll go just watch one. Just one. It's only going to be 45 minutes. And the next thing you've known, you watch 3 episodes and then it's lunchtime. And then you get in the afternoon and you're feeling kind of down. That's kind of like my downtime. I need a bit of a siesta here. And then you take the siesta and then you realize you didn't get anything down from the freezer to thaw for dinner. So you go in the kitchen, you get that done. Somebody calls and I better check my email. And identify what your problem is. You know what I always teach my children and my clients, who I think, they're like me. They're people that get me. The people that understand me, they get me. And I get them because we're so much alike. You do the first thing first. First thing in the morning is when you attack the big job. What's the job that needs to be done? What's the frog? Eat the frog first, that nasty, bitter thing. Get it done and get it out of the way. Not only do you feel better, you'll find that you'll be more energized to get 2 more things accomplished. So you need to identify what your problem your distraction problem is. What is it that you turn to distract yourself? Could be food. Could find yourself in the kitchen. It could be Netflix. It could be calling somebody. It could be checking your email. It could be getting on Facebook. And I'm not saying never to do those things, but to do them in the appropriate time. So that's number one. Name it. Name it and claim it. What is your distraction? Number two, take responsibility for your own actions. Again, outside influences happen, but it's what we do with them that matters. Are we responding to them and allowing ourselves to be distracted? The devil made me do it is not a legitimate excuse. Nobody makes you do anything. Only you are responsible for your actions. I'm the only one that's responsible for picking up the fork and putting cheesecake in my mouth. I like cheesecake. It's a problem, but I've identified it. I just haven't worked out a solution yet. So take responsibility for what your distractions are and what you're doing with them. Number three, show up. Show up. We talked about this in our Putting Your Day on Autopilot course, which is currently not available. It's closed down right now because we're working on things. But we talk about in the Autopilot course about setting your schedules. And again, getting up, making your lists, doing your things, and showing up. That's the first rule of doing any type of work. Just do it. And somebody will say that, wow, well, how did you give up substance? You just do it. How did you get into the habit of, you just do it. When you find your why, and your why is strong enough for why you want to do this thing and the consequences of what will happen if you don't do this thing, you just do it. Get to work so you can start making a difference in your life and the lives of others. And you'll feel great once you show up and do that first thing. Because after the first thing is done, it's all downhill from there. Number four, make a schedule. Some day is not a day on the calendar. It's not a day of the week. Oh, I should do. Well, maybe I should. Gosh, I should do. And you should all over yourself, right? So get it on the schedule. No excuses. If you want something to get done, and that's something I learned from Brenda Burchard, and I work with my clients this way too. Show me your calendar. I want to see your calendar. Give me a copy of your Google Calendar. And if I don't see on there your activities and the things that you want to accomplish blocked out during the day, then I know it's not going to get done because you haven't planned it. You've thought about it. You've dreamed about it. I should do it. But until you actually make a list and a schedule and you put it on your calendar, it's not going to get done. So put it on the calendar. Make your schedule. Number five, work smart, not hard. That's a biggie. Work smart, not hard. The biggest thing I have found is 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Now, the science found, I think the exact combination was 52 minutes on, 17 minutes off was the big average. So work yours. And actually, when I started doing focused work, I could only focus work for 35 minutes. And then I would take about a 15-minute break. And then I work for another 35 minutes. And as I practiced concentrating, I was able to extend that time. So kind of a sidebar, but that's what you do is you set your timer on your phone, turn off all your notifications. The only tab open on your computer, if you're working on your computer, should be the tab you're working on. Don't have email, don't have Facebook, don't have Twitter, Instagram, whatever open on your tabs on your computer. The only thing that should be on your computer is that which you're working on. So turn off all your notifications on your computer, turn off all the notifications on your phone. You can set it in do not disturb mode. And then you set the timer for 50 minutes, 35 minutes, 57 minutes, whatever is your sweet spot. You work solid, head down, work. And then you set your timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you need. Get up, stretch, go outside, look at something green, look at something blue in the sky, get some fresh air. Get your shoulders back, because a lot of times when we're working, we get hunched over. Get your shoulders back, open up your chest, get some oxygen in, take a few deep breaths. Maybe sit down and check a couple of emails. Set your timer to make sure when that timer goes off, all the notifications are shut down again, and you get back to work. Set your timer again. You do that 3 times in the morning. And it could be cleaning the kitchen. It could be working on something in the community. There's so many things that but if you do focused work, I used to sit and focus, quote unquote, and try to do work for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and try to do it all in one stretch without any breaks. Can't do it. Your brain's not wired that way. So work smart, not hard. And then finally, don't make excuses. We all do it. But stop it. Stop it. Everybody has setbacks. Everybody has roadblocks. Everybody deals with life issues and anxiety. It is going to happen. But right now, make your plan of how you're going to respond to it. Do you react? And this goes back to emotional intelligence. Respond. Learn to respond to a situation, not to react to it. So the difference being very emotional, right? Don't use these things like an excuse. And people are like, I had breast cancer last year. I kept working. It was I timed it, 18 hours a day, as all the different natural therapies and everything that I would do took up 18 hours a day. In the breaks in between, I continued to work. I was recording things. I was writing things. I did what I could do. I didn't use it as an excuse to totally step back and say, well, you know what? I've got cancer. You just keep going. It was like I said the other day, my friend Mike, when he passed away, I so did not want to do that show that morning. I was so upset. And I thought, no, he would want me to. Mike's legacy is that for 20 years he struggled with this disease, and he didn't talk about it, and he never let it stop him. And he just kept going. He didn't make excuses. He didn't use it as an excuse. So don't use things as an excuse to take a break. Now, emergencies happen. This goes back to your quadrants. Is it important and urgent? Then that's what needs to be done. Is it important and not urgent? Well, then we can schedule it, right? So when things are important and urgent and it happens, you deal with it. But you don't use things to back you into a corner. And because what happens is you train your brain, you know what? I'll start my diet on Monday. Why? Why not start it like, you know what? I had a horrible breakfast. I'm going to start my new diet right now. Why do we keep putting stuff off until Monday morning? You know why? It's more comfortable. It's like, whoo, it's way over there. So distractions are not your friends. And actually, once you recognize that it's the enemy inside of you, and that only you can knock it out and stop it, that's actually quite freeing, because then you know that you have total control. So quick review. Number 1, identify your problem. Number 2, take responsibility for it. Number 3, show up. 4 is make your schedule before you start. 5 is work smart, not hard. And 6, don't make excuses. I thought I had 7. I guess I only have 6. So how do you overcome distraction? Put it in the comment section below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and right next to it's a little bell. Hit the little bell, because that will notify you when I put out a new video. And until I get on a regular schedule, you want to get those notifications. So also, if you want the notes for today's show, if you're watching live on Facebook, make sure that you comment me in the comment section below, and then check your Facebook Messenger and follow the directions there. And if you're watching on YouTube, below in the show notes, you will have a link to my Facebook Messenger where you can ask for the show notes for work. Alrighty, thanks for joining us, and make sure you watch us live. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch us live Monday through Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern on my Facebook channel, the Facebook page rather, or this channel on YouTube. All right, take care, God bless, and we will see you next time. Bye.